Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and this week I am doing a series of community support videos to support other YouTubers who are holding contests or looking for subscribers or just putting out cool content that I want to highlight. Earlier this week, I've already done a couple other videos, one for Metarog, one for the Gray Man. And today I am doing a video in support of Gomez Comic Collector. He is doing a subscription contest. He just hit 600 subscribers, so he's having a giveaway. And I'm kind of focusing, most of my videos are for people who are specifically asking you to do videos as part of the contest. I'm less interested in winning the prizes, although a couple of these contests have prizes that I actually really want. But it's less about winning the loot as it is to just support the community and sort of become a little more involved in the community. So I've put the link below to Gomez and his channel. He's been doing this for a few years now, and he's got a lot of cool content. I like it when these contests ask you to do videos, because then, you know, it allows me to make a new video with a specific topic. So I like that. In this case, he's asked a couple of very basic questions. He wanted to know who and what got you into collecting, and also what you like to collect. And so people who have watched my channel for a while know some of the answers to this. I'm actually doing a long form video that's going to be coming out in a while about how I got into comics. And the first comics, there's a fly, there's a fly, there's a fly. Okay, I thought it might be radioactive and I might have gotten superpowers. That did not just happen. However, I'm gonna carry on as though I have superpowers. I'm doing a long form video soon that's gonna cover in detail how I got into collecting, and just my experience and my journey as a comic collector. But to answer this question, it's interesting. You know, a lot of people have a story where someone got them in, they introduced them to comics, or they introduced them to collecting, whatever. For me, I was actually kind of a born collector. I don't know how else to explain it, but growing up, you know, I had some interaction with comics as a medium, mostly comic strips in the newspapers. But I'd seen a couple like mini comics. Like, this is the early 80s, so when you would buy cartridges for the Atari 2600, the first like home video game console, some of them had the Atari Force mini comics from DC. So I had read a couple of those, but I'd never read an actual comic book. And then one day I got my first comic book and read it, and literally went directly home, wrote out a checklist, and crossed that issue off. So it was just like 0 to 100 immediate. As soon as I read my first comic, I knew immediately, this is what I loved, this is what I want to do. I want to read these, I want to collect these, I want to make these. And so it's just, this just something just clicked in my head. As soon as I read my first comic, I knew I'm a collector for life. This is it, this is the path. Now, I had been a little bit of a collector before that. This is when I was 10. So I had already been reading like some series of like young adult series, the Three Investigators novels, Trixie Belden. Those are numbered series. And so I had collected full runs of those book series. So I had this collector mindset that going on at the same time. But yeah, the first comic, I was just like, boom, in, done, the end. Now, in terms of what I like to collect, again, people that have watched my channel for a while know that my collecting tastes are a little bit different than most people. Yes, I do have a lot of superhero comics. I have a complete run of Avengers, for instance, complete run of Captain America, that sort of thing. But those are things that I collected back in the 80s and 90s, and as much as I love those, these days my tastes have changed. So the things I collect mostly these days are Archie. I'm getting close to having like the last 500 straight issues of Archie. It's a little more difficult than it sounds like to put together some of these Archie runs. And of course, the big thing that I guess I'm known for on YouTube, if anything, is collecting romance. I collect Charlton romance in particular. DC, yes. Charlton romance, it's a very, very niche thing. Most people don't like Charltons, but as you can see here, I also have a specific obsession with this one single issue of Just Married number 104. I've got like, I think I have 8 copies of it here. I just can't stop buying Just Married, number 104. I love it so much. So yeah, when I see these Charlton Romance, mostly they're in dollar bins, except for when you go online, there are people like me, a few of us, who recognize the brilliance of the Charlton Romance. And so there are some specific issues that we will fight over using our wallets. But yeah, Charlton Romance, romance in general. I also collect a lot of DC romance, Marvel less so. Those are my focus points, and Archie, specifically the titles of Archie, Jughead, Life with Archie, and Archie at Riverdale High. Those are the 4 Archie titles that I collect. I recently gave up on Pep. After getting almost 200 issues of Pep, I decided that I had read enough of them, almost all of them, to realize that actually I don't like Pep that much compared to the other Archie titles, so I'm gotten rid of those to clear up space and some capital for some of the other titles that I like a little more. So anyway, that's my video. That's how I got into collecting. It just was a natural extension of my being. And for collecting comics, yeah, anything that looks cool and weird and offbeat in particular, I like to pick up. But my main things, Archie, romance books. So thanks for watching. Go check out Gomez's channel here. I've got the links below. So you can go to his channel, check out all his content. If you want to enter the contest as well, you can do that. I've also got the links to everyone else that I'm supporting this week down in the comments below, so you can check out all of their channels. And let me know in the comments what you think. You can also let me know if you've got a channel that you want me to support. I've got a lineup for this week that I'm planning on doing, but if if people like these videos, then I will plan at some point, maybe next month, to do another week of community support videos and highlight some other cool channels out there. I love it when Metarog does that every week to highlight the different people with the contests. So I think that's, I love the community here on YouTube and I want to support it. So just let me know what you think, any other channels you want to see, any specific videos that you want. If you do have a channel and you want me to do a video, tell me what you want it to be about. That helps me out a lot in terms of figuring out what I'm doing here. So thanks very much, and I'll see you tomorrow with another community support video.